Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. So the main thing in this one is that we do have the pre-order information for the Avatar Book 1 soundtrack vinyl. But just very quickly at the start, I do just want to mention that Azula in the Spirit Temple, I've seen a few people, because I streamed Quest for Balance over the last couple of days, a few people in the chat noting that, oh, isn't Azula in the Spirit Temple out in September? They think the release date is today. And I believe this was a previous release date for the book, September 26th, but no. For a while now, the book's release date has been October 31st, 2023, / November 1st for comic book stores, so the day afterwards. So just be aware of that. The Azula comic comes out Halloween. That's when it comes out. But yeah, let's get into this. So finally, we've been waiting for this for a while, but Jeremy Zuckerman finally announced that the soundtrack pre-order on vinyl is actually available for pre-order. So he says he has no idea how many units they've pressed, so, you know, jump on it just in case, basically. There is a picture here, as you can see. This is the only picture of the product for the most part. There's not even that many descriptions about necessarily the actual, like, kind of product itself outside of, like, the obvious core soundtrack information. But of course we have the new piece of art by Brian Konietzko that we've had for a while, and then you can see we knew that the vinyl itself was going to be a specific color, and they've gone for this light blue, almost like ice colored vinyl. So it looks kind of cool and fits the Boy and the Iceberg while also still fitting the whole idea of Book 1 water. So I'm wondering, will they just go kind of like for the different soundtracks as they release, just like blue, green, red, or will they kind of try and do something more than that? So that's what he's posted there. Then he posts this link here, you know, to basically different places to pre-order. The three places he lists are Barnes & Noble's, Rough Trade, and then Record Store Day. So the soundtrack is available on Barnes & Noble here, as you can see. Here it is. Light blue is what they're calling the obviously color here. $44.99. It is 2 vinyls that you actually get here, 2 discs basically. Yeah, the release date is in fact November 17th. The label is of course Republic, and yeah, there's not really a lot of details here for the most part. They do list the track listing, which we basically know already. We've seen this before. I still hope like stuff like this, like when it actually gets printed, that it's not actually called Angi Kai, and that it is fixed to Agni Kai. I would like to hope that that is the case. Similarly, as we go through here, this June underbelly, it should be, if the character we think it is, this should be June with an E on the end. Otherwise, you know, makes sense. We know what we've seen all this stuff before, and the credits is mainly Jeremy Zuckerman here. So this is where I ordered it from, just because I have experience ordering from Barnes and Nobles, even though I'm from Ireland, because I've ordered some of the special editions of the Kyoshi and Yang Chen books from here. So, you know, a little bit over the odds in shipping and maybe some customs that I might have to pay here, but it's nice to actually have it pre-ordered, because, you know, this is the only physical version of the soundtrack available. They're not doing like a CD, so, you know, it is a you know, somewhat expensive kind of item compared to maybe a CD, but it's definitely going to be like a collector's kind of piece. And I think the soundtrack is such an important part of Avatar. We've waited so long for it. I kind of feel like, yeah, it is something ultimately I want to have in the collection here. I believe there's a record player somewhere in the house, so I should be able to play this when I actually get it. And, you know, I don't know what way I'm going to do some sort of review or video on it, but, you know, I'll try and do something when it actually comes out. Rough Trade seems to be just a specific website where you can buy it here. There is a UK and US kind of button up here. Again, I'm not sure about like how good shipping is or not, or what the exact details are, but you can see here it is available here. The description is pretty standard. They don't really say too much about it. What you can see, it says here LPX2. So that's fine. And then the other place, Record Store Day, just kind of seems to be a place to help you find your local record store, so you can pre-order it from specific places. So if you go here, you can put in, city, state, and stuff like that, and find somewhere that potentially has it. And again, the information is pretty, standard as far as we're aware. Expands his original competitions, employs a full orchestra for the long-awaited release of the score. The original vinyl artwork was created by Brian Konietzko. Light blue 2LP. Yeah, so all the kind of standard stuff here. Ultimately, nothing too much to say there. There is the kind of just image on its own. From what I could see, none of the images are particularly big or particularly high quality. So right now it must still just be a kind of a visual kind of made up. It'll be interesting. I assume Jeremy Zuckerman, when he actually gets the final product in hand, will post pictures of it, because I really want to see how nice the actual kind of light blue actual vinyl actually looks. But obviously more and more places will put it up for pre-order as the days go on. I don't know how good specific international availability is going to be. Part of that is just that this is going to be the first vinyl I've ever bought, so I know nothing about the details on this stuff. But I understand why international fans are a little bit worried that a lot of these options, they don't have a particularly affordable international option, especially if you're in Europe to buy it. I assume there will be places you can get it from, but it's just, I get the fear that a lot of people have of a lot of stuff does tend to be almost US, almost exclusive for Avatar. Some of this stuff, you don't know how the licensing is. So for instance, like myself, I've only very rarely seen Avatar or Korra DVDs or Blu-rays in shops here. I've never seen the original Korra CD in a shop here. And so the idea is even though I think there are some places I can buy vinyls from here, I wouldn't be confident necessarily that those specific stores will get this in. So it's just that sort of idea of, just having to wait. And especially if it is maybe a little bit more limited, I understand why people are a little bit worried. But definitely, if anyone is more familiar with this whole situation, and especially if you know anything about kind of international releases, definitely present information below and help people in the comments figure out the best way to get this from different regions. Like I said, I basically have to use it's basically a shipping forwarding kind of service to order from Barnes and Noble. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's all right. So I'll hopefully be able to get this somewhat close to the release date, but it'll probably be a few days afterwards. So that's this. Obviously, very, very notable piece of merchandise coming out here. Of course, the digital version is coming out on the 17th as well, so everyone should be able to listen to the full soundtrack, just on your computer or whatever, as soon as it comes out. But if you do want a physical copy of the soundtrack, you are going to have to get the vinyl release here. So in the comments, let me know what your thoughts were on this, and especially, like I said, if you do happen to know a little bit more about vinyls than myself or other people, let me know how this release seems to be shaping up, and stuff about availability. But that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.